Hi guys, Julius here, and today I will be teaching you the basics of motion tracking. I will also cover how to motion track a moving object, as well as how to motion track behind an object. So this is the first clip, and what you want to do is go up here into Window, and go down to Tracker and click that. And then click your clip, and hit Track Camera, like so. And it will analyze the background. Give it some time. Once it is done analyzing, it will have to solve the camera, but that shouldn't take too long either. Okay, all done. And what you will see here is that the track camera, 3D camera tracker, has found all these dots, and these are basically dots that you can motion track to. So let's say maybe I want some text on this wall here above the door, like here. And that maybe says entrance or whatever. What you want to do here is go into your 3D camera tracker and select some objects around that door, like so. I did that just by holding down my left mouse button. And then right click and hit create text and camera. And now already here we have some text created. Very nice. And as you can see, it follows how the camera moves, which is pretty nice, and it makes it very realistic. And let's maybe just change the text to entrance. I don't know. What we can do, of course, is change the position of it. So maybe let's move it up a little bit, like so. Move it a little bit that way. And here, I mean, you can be super precise and all that, but I like to kind of do what looks nice, right? Okay, like so. I like that. Let's change the size a little bit so it matches the door. Let's put it down just a little bit, like so. Very nice. Of course, you can always, if you want a little bit out, maybe something like that, so it's floating in the air kind of. But a cheeky thing you then could do, right, is if you copy the text layer and pull one text layer back a little bit, change it to something really dark, like so, then you have this really quick shadow. I mean, it doesn't look that well, but like, it's a cheap trick you can do, and then maybe apply something like a blur to it just from here. So maybe, where's the blur and sharpen, and let's maybe try a camera lens blur? No, Gaussian blur, I think maybe would work well. Let's try and do 10, something like that. Oh wait, we need a lot more. Something like that maybe. So now you have this really, really quick like way to do some 3D text animation thing. And the reason why I'm doing the shadows like this is because we're actually animating 2D text in a 3D layer. So this is like a cheeky way to get some shadows. But yeah, let's take a look at the final product. Alright, so maybe next you would like to motion track a moving object or something like that. So I prepared a clip of a roundabout with like a car moving. And let's say you want to motion track this one. How do we do that? It is kind of the same way. Again, we want to go over here into our window and then tracker, like so. And then we want to hit track motion. So what you actually see here is we get this track point. And you want to drag this to the car. And I think something like this black thing on the roof is really nice thing to track. So drag that on top like here. And get this track point the entire way around the car. And once you've done that, you want to go over here into your tracker, analyze and analyze forward. And as you can see, the track point follows the car nicely. Alright, it is done analyzing, and as you can see, it follows the movement in like a 2D space, the car. But what we want to do now is go down here, right click new, null object. And what we basically want to do is transfer this tracking information from our 3D camera tracker to a null object. So just go into your 3D camera tracker. And over here at edit target, you want to hit click that. Then it's going to say null 1, hit OK. And then click apply, X and Y, like so. And now our null will follow the car, as you can see. Very nice. And what we can do now maybe is we can create a new item text. And I kind of liked what I did in the intro with calling this a pursuit vehicle, right? So let's just drag this text down here to the null object. Change it maybe to something which can very clearly be, let's do blue. And then there's this thing called pass and link. And this basically will align the keyframes with whatever you drag it to. So just drag that to a null object like so. And now the text follows the car. Very cool. Take a look. Right now I'm going to show the last clip that I did in the intro. And that is motion tracking behind an object. So I just found this clip of a wind turbine, which I thought looked pretty cool. And the approach is actually quite similar to the first example I did. So you go in here, window, then tracker, and then track camera. Let that roll. I'll be right back. All right, all done. And we have all our tracking points. So just select some, like maybe let's do this to get a clean tracking, and hit create text and camera again. And what should we write? I kind of like what I did before. Vestas Wind Systems. For anyone wondering, that is like a Danish wind turbine company. Oh. And it is way too big right now, so I am just gonna scale it down tenfold. So scale by 10. Very nice. Now we have something to work with. But as you can see, is that it will be tracked, but the wind turbine, oh, I spelled it very wrong, just give me a second. Vestas Wind Systems. So, and as you can see right now, is that it will be tracked, but the pole is in the way, which is not nice. But what I'm first gonna do is I'm gonna make the text vertical and look like how I want to. So let me just do that. So I think the C axis should be changed a little bit. So it's parallel to the windmill. As you can see, this line and this line. It looks nice. The X rotation. Something like this. And then maybe just the Y a tiny bit. This is hard. You always gotta just play around with what looks good here. And then let's maybe drag it up a little bit. Right. So it is floating maybe all the way up here, right? So we have two things that we can put it behind. So now our text should be behind this blade and the stalk. So it's actually quite simple. You're gonna copy your layer, like so, and drag that on top. And just go in and delete the camera tracker from the effects on the top layer. And what you can do here is maybe you could key it out, or you could use the rotor brush tool up here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a good old pen tool mask, because the shape is not that complicated. Oh, let me just go to the start of the clip before I start drawing. So I'm just gonna do that really quickly, so let me speed that up. Okay, we are done with the first keyframe, or the mask, I guess. And I'm not gonna be too precise here. You can be however precise you want to be. But this is just an example, right? If I were to do like a proper project, I would be a lot more precise. Like so. But now the clip moves, right? And the text is tracked to it. So the mask will also move. So what I'm going to do here is just keyframe the mask, and I do that just by going down here and masks in here, and the mask path, hit keyframe and go forwards a few frames. Doesn't have to be too precise. And I'm just going to move like these. Oh. Just gonna move these into place like so. So the mask will kind of move, or like be keyframed into place again. But as I said, I'm not doing this too precise. I don't want, first and foremost, I don't want to keep these tutorials too long. This one is already way too long compared to my normal standards. And I mean, it's a tutorial, it's not a multi-million-dollar Hollywood production, so I'm just gonna keep doing that every few keyframes. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Alright, I am all done with the keying, and I think this looks fine, right, for the purpose of this video. As you can see, maybe there's a little bit of overlap, but it's nothing you see when it's fully zoomed out, right? So take a look, guys. But anyways, that was all for this tutorial. Make sure to like and comment and subscribe. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye.